Hi, it's Layla. I want to give you an intro into the energetic bodies, the auras, the chakras, and what they really are and how they affect us. I know a lot of us are aware that we have an aura, that we have these different energy bodies, but we don't really understand a concrete definition of them, how they interact with us, how we can interact with them, and what their true purpose is for our evolution in terms of spirituality and consciousness. So, for definitions of the energy bodies and the auric field, I'm going to be citing a lot from the book The Subtle Body by Cindy Dale. It's a great book to give you a full spectrum of information on the energy body systems, how they interact, how they work, and also a perspective on how they relate to Western scientific understanding. So the first question is, what is this energy that our energy bodies are comprised of? If we can't detect it in the physical world, what is the difference there? What's going on? Well, in the book, she gives a really great definition of the difference between physical energy and subtle energy, which is what our energetic bodies and our auras and chakras use primarily. Subtle energy is simply energy that cannot be accurately measured using current scientific methods. It is not supernatural, paranormal, or scary, it's just energy. It obeys some, but not all, of the same laws as does physical matter, its counterpart. Subtle energy operates on a different plane or continuum than do physical energies. Another great definition of subtle energy comes from the book The Science of Homeopathy. Physical energy manifests in the positive time-space frame, is electrical in nature, and has positive mass. It travels slower than the speed of light and gives rise to gravity. This means that you can see it. Subtle energy, however, occupies the next time-space frame, or other time-space frames, manifests in the negative time-space frame, and has negative mass. It is magnetic in nature and travels faster than the speed of light. It gives rise to what some call levitational force. This means that you can't see it, but can note its seemingly paranormal effects. So, if subtle energy and our energetic bodies and our chakras and our aura are comprised of energies that exist outside of the limitations of gravity and the speed of light, then that would explain how they're able to go between planes of existence, go between dimensions. So the main manifestation of the energy that surrounds the human body is called the aura, and that's connected to the chakra system. And the chakras are energy centers within that correspond to organs and parts of the spine and the nervous system that transmute and transfer energy between the physical plane and the higher planes. So we have the crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root. Those chakras all also correspond with different planes of consciousness and different levels of existence. So if these energies that are comprised within our chakras and our energetic bodies, you can imagine how important they are to understand and to be able to interact with in order to fully integrate our, being, our different levels of consciousness, because the physical body is actually the most unconscious. That's why when you exist from only your root chakra or only exist in your physical body, it's incredibly easy to become blind to, different levels of awareness, blind to all these different blind to reality, basically, and you quickly find yourself immersed in the Maya or the illusion or just the games that humanity has created for itself, like government and things like that. But that's a whole nother. So how do you now start to become more aware and interact with your energetic bodies and your chakras? So first suggestion is diet and exercise. Practices like yoga help to ground you, to become fully aware and integrated with your physical body. And then diet helps to activate your cells and activate because your diet, your food is your medicine. So if you're giving yourself foods that are conducive to clarity in mental thought, purification in the intestines and purification in the blood and organs, then you're going to be able to have more bandwidth to interact with the higher level energies. Because again, if you're just stuck in the material physical body and your body is distracted with trying to detox you constantly because you eat so much sugar or just really bad foods or like tons of meat, then you're not going to have the bandwidth to actually start to breathe and relax and sort of float up to these higher levels. The other thing you can do is meditation, obviously. And meditation is really tricky because oftentimes you see people who are into the spiritual stuff and into higher level consciousness are sort of not really grounded, and they're sort of just flighty and in the unconscious realm perpetually. And you don't want to do that. You want to meditate, but you want to do it to find balance so that you can more accurately perceive this physical dimension and also interact with the higher dimensions and your higher selves. And the last suggestion I have is researching. Continuing your research will help you unlock what it is you need to find. So obviously, if you're listening to this, you're interested, you're on the path of self-realization, you're on the path of enlightenment. So continue that. Know what your ultimate goal are, set intentions, and things generally will unfold and you'll learn the lessons that are necessary. Thanks for listening. I'll be covering this topic and many similar topics in the coming weeks to give more and more clarity and to keep exploring deeper and deeper, because this is a very vast topic that can be approached from many different angles, many different dimensions, many different cultures. So it's not something that you can easily quickly summarize. So please subscribe. You can follow Telepathy on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and just visit us at telepathy.com. Thank you. Telepathy. Crystals, jewelry, herbs. Reawaken.